Rounding always happens to a specific place value. To round to that place value, you consider the digit in the next lower place value. And if that digit is 5 or higher, you'll round up. If that digit is 4 or lower, you'll round down. Let's look at an example. We are asked to round 42,546 to the nearest thousand. We have to always be careful and notice what we are asked to round to. In this case, the nearest thousand. So let's rewrite our number. 42,546. So I'm going to underline my thousand place, is the 2 here in this case. And I know that when I round to the nearest thousand, all the place values to the right of my thousands place are all going to be zeros. So there's 2 options here for my answer. I am either going to round up to 43,000, or I'm going to round this number down to 42,000. This is rounding to the nearest thousand. So if I need to figure out then, how do I know if I round up or if I round down? It's all going to be based on the digit in the next lower place value. In this case, the digit in my hundreds place. So if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 in the next lower place value, I round up. If it's a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 here, I would round down. So in this case, I look at my 5 in my hundreds place, and I see that it's a 5 or greater, and so that tells me that I am going to round up in this case. And my answer for rounding 42,546 to the nearest thousand is 43,000. Once again, when you round a number, you round it to a place value. If I were to just simply say, round 4,378, that would be incomplete. I need to say, round 4,378 to the nearest thousand, or the nearest hundred, or the nearest 10. So let's take a look at the results that come from different places that we round to. So I've made a little chart here. I'm going to round 4,378 to the nearest thousand, the nearest hundred, and the nearest 10. So let's start with 1,000. So if I'm rounding to the nearest thousand, then I'm going to underline my thousands place, and I know that everything after my thousands place is going to be a 0. And so I need to look at the digit that's next, the next smaller digit in my number, and ask myself, is this number 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? If so, I would round down. If this next number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I round up. So in this case, I've got a number here, 3. That makes me round down. It's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And so I'm going to round down. The nearest thousand is going to be 4,000. And then if I'm looking at the hundreds, rounding to the nearest hundreds, I look then at my digit in the hundreds place. I'm just going to underline that to mark where I'm at. And I'm going to look at the next digit smaller than my hundreds place is my tens place. And again, I ask myself, is this number a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? If so, I round down. If this number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I round up. And in this case, it's a 7, so I'm going to round up. So I'm going to go up to 400. So I've got 4,400 for my rounding up. 4,378 rounded to the nearest hundred would be 4,400. And then in the last one here, we're asked to round 4,378 to the nearest tens place. So I go right here to my tens place and mark it. And then I look at the next smaller digit, which is an 8. And remember the rule, if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I round up to the nearest 10 up. So in this case, I'll round up. 4,380 is the nearest 10 up from 4,378. So you can see, depending on what place value you're asked to round to, your solutions, your answers will be different.